A great monk was on his deathbed. He said to his successor, a young monk, "Remember one thing, never allow a cat in your life," and he died. A big crowd had gathered to listen to the last statement of this great monk. Everyone was surprised to hear his last words. The successor monk was also very surprised. He was thinking, why should I allow a cat in my life? Anyways, they cremated their master with all the rituals. But the successor monk was still thinking about the last statement of his master. There was also an old monk in the monastery. The old monk had been with his master for many years and had closely observed his master's life. However, he could not be chosen as the successor because he was very old and could die any time. Seeing the young monk lost in thoughts, the old monk came to him and asked him the reason for his concern. The young monk told him the reason. The old monk said, "My dear friend, you don't know, there is a long story behind it." Then he narrated the whole story to the young monk. The story was about when their master had renounced his wife, children, and home and went into the jungle. He lived near a small village and used to beg for food there. The villagers were happy to have a monk of their own, so they made a small bamboo cottage for him. The monk had only 2 clothes to wear, but trouble arose when rats started chewing on the clothes. He had only 2 clothes, and they would soon be torn to pieces. He asked the villagers for a solution, and they suggested keeping a cat to keep the rats away. So, they gave him a cat, and the cat kept the rats away from his cottage. But now the problem was feeding the cat. He had to beg for milk for the cat from the village. Again, he asked the villagers for a solution, and they suggested keeping a cow. They gave him a cow, and now he needed grass and someone to look after the cow. He had to go to the village every day to beg for grass. The villagers suggested that a widow from the village could take care of the cow and the cat, and in return, he wouldn't have to beg for grass daily. They cleared some ground for her to grow grass and crops. The monk agreed, and the woman started taking care of his cottage, cow, and cat. The monk and the woman worked together, and they fell in love with each other. The woman got pregnant, and they had a child. One day, the monk realized that he had left his family behind and had renounced the world, yet he was again entangled in it due to the cat. The old monk concluded, "So, remember not to keep a cat in your life. Never give your mind so much leverage that it starts dominating you without your knowledge." He emphasized that we often allow our minds to indulge in things we know are not good, thinking we'll do it just once. But once we give in, our minds take more and more control, and we may find ourselves addicted or trapped in destructive habits. The lesson is to be mindful of the choices we make and the habits we allow ourselves to develop, as they can lead us away from our true path and purpose. Thanks for watching.